Yo, it's me. It's your man, Frosty Knives. And I realize with all of the hullabaloo and the excitement of wrestling, I haven't done a movie pickup video in a while. So I figured I would do that. But first, as you know, it gets hot down here in Florida, even in November, and I sure could use a drink. Oh, I think I'll have one of these fancy new Coca-Colas, brought to you by the bottling company in Atlanta, Georgia. Drink responsibly. Wow, that just tastes good. Anyway, what did we get that was new in the world of Blu-rays and DVDs? And DV-rays and Blu-Ds. Well, try to get this situated here. Alright. I got a pile. I got two piles. I got a Blu-ray pile. And I got a DVD pile. Let's do Blu-rays first. First up, I went and I bought it. This is Steelbook version of 75th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz. I don't own a 3D player, but if I ever get one, I've got it in 3D. And this comes with the 3D, the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital copy. But it's The Wizard of Oz. And everybody loves The Wizard of Oz. It's a classic movie. I was going to get it. I didn't want to spring for just the regular old version, so I bought the Steelbook version. Got this at Best Buy for... It's pretty pricey, but these old classic films, when they get put on... When they get put on Blu-ray, they get pretty pricey. $35. But it's The Wizard of Oz. And who doesn't love this movie? Remember when you were a kid? I don't know if it was where you guys watching were at, but when I was a kid, this played on TV once a year, around Easter. And Easter, they would have it on TV, and if you missed it, you had to wait another year to watch The Wizard of Oz on TV. You know, back in the old days, before there were DVDs and VHSs, and when you had to watch stuff on television. But I remember watching this every year, and I knew it was Easter because The Wizard of Oz was coming on. So every year for like the first 12 years of my life, I watched this on TV. And if you missed it, oh, you got to wait another 365 days to see The Wizard of Oz. I'm so happy when VCRs came out. Next thing I picked up was... A lot of people have this, and I had to get it. 35th anniversary edition of Halloween on Blu-ray. The Night He Came Home. Still a classic movie. I love this movie. Oh, look what they did. They put it in here. There's the disc right there. So, I know a lot of people own this. I've seen it on a lot of people's videos. And I had to buy it. A Digibook version. Halloween. Next up on Blu-ray we have World War Z, which I watched. This is the Best Buy exclusive. It's got, I don't know, 30 extra minutes of some crap on it. But it's the unrated. And it's cool. A lot of people, you know, this got some mixed reviews. I enjoyed it. It's a good zombie film. Got a lot of the zombies were CG, and I think that's what people were complaining about. Plus, maybe some of the disjointedness of the movie, because it felt like it took place, and it was like 5 separate films. But it felt like watching a survival horror game. It felt like watching an old Resident Evil. And I liked it. I did enjoy this movie. I didn't expect it to be like the book, because the book was written in journal format. But good movie. Next up on Blu-ray, Incredible Burt Wonderstone. Bought this. This was on sale for $14, and I bought it because I told my daughter I would go take her to see it at the movies, and we never did. And so she wanted to buy it on Blu-ray, and it was expensive when it first came out. But I found it at Target on sale for $14. I enjoyed the movie. It's pretty funny. Wasn't it's pretty standard Steve Buscemi and Jim Carrey and Steve Carell fare. Pretty standard. If you like those actors, you'll like that movie. In the $5 bin at Blu-ray, I picked up Hatchet. Old school American horror. I'd forgotten I'd seen this. I bought it, I go, oh, I'd never seen it. And then I watched it, and I went, oh yeah, I did see this. Saw it on Netflix. But still a decent movie, and for $5, not too shabby. Also in the $5 bin, copy of Sam Raimi's Evil Dead 2. Again, classic movie right here. I like this one. I almost picked up the first one as well, but I need to get Army of Darkness now on Blu-ray. Next up, $7 at Target. Blu-ray, Donnie Darko. This is an unusual movie, and this is kind of a niche movie, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. And I never did finish watching it. But this is a 2-disc set. I figured for $7 I'd pick it up, give it another rewatch. So it's a cult movie, and it garners a lot of good reviews. So I'll give that another try, even though I know the story. $7 bin. Picked this up at Best Buy for $7. Love this movie. I got Poltergeist 1. Got the digibook. Now we got Poltergeist 2. I may just skip Poltergeist 3 because it's the least best of the series. But I just finished watching this movie. Still looks good, you know. I mean, it's not a good transfer, but I didn't actually own any of the Poltergeist movies. Surprise. And also in the $7 bin at Best Buy, 12 Monkeys featuring Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt, and Madeline Stowe. I loved this movie. I remember watching it when it first came out. This is one of the first movies I bought on VHS. Excuse me for a minute. Cheap plug. Boy, does that quench your thirst. But I enjoyed this movie. And Brad Pitt is phenomenal in this movie. He plays this crazy mental patient, and he plays it to the T. He's just... Watch this movie, if nothing other than to watch Brad Pitt. Phenomenal role in this movie. And it's a good movie. Science fiction time travel movie. So if you don't like science fiction or time travel, might not be your cup of tea. Finally picked this up at Best Buy. It's always been like $30 or $40. Best Buy finally put this on sale for $20, and I had a $10 certificate, so I got this for $10, finally, 4-disc collector's edition of Prometheus. Ridley Scott's Prometheus, which I have not watched yet. I've heard a lot of good things about this movie, and I've been looking at this for a long time, and I thought $30. Some places were $40, some places were $35. I thought that was a bit steep. But for $10, $20 on sale, plus a $10 certificate, $10 for this. Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching this movie. Some people say it's the prequel to Alien. Some people say it's not. But I can't wait. And then I picked this up because this is a movie I had to watch for my class at school. Brad Pitt and Cate Blanchett. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It's not a bad movie, but it's a long movie. It's like 3 hours long. And I had to watch this. I had to do a movie review for class. And this is a movie that I picked. I didn't realize it was 3 hours when I picked it. So I bought it and I watched it because I couldn't find it on Netflix and I couldn't find it around here. I mean, it's a decent film, and again, Brad Pitt does a phenomenal job in this movie. It's kind of a tearjerker, but it's a long movie, so if you plan on watching this, plan on carving out like 3.5 hours of your time. And finally, at Target for $10, I bought The Scream set. Now, I know it says a 5-film set. Let me clarify. There are not 5 discs in here. There are 4 discs in here. Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, and the 4th bonus disc. This was $10. So this is not a 5-film set. It's a 4-disc set. And what it is it's Scream 1, 2, and 3, plus 2 documentaries. So it has Still Screaming, which is a retrospective, and it has Scream, the documentary, the inside story. So it is 5 films, because the documentaries are like an hour and a half long each. But just know that this is 4 discs. This is Scream 1, 2, and 3, plus 2 documentaries. But for $10 to pick up the first 3 Scream films all in one fell swoop, it's not a bad deal. All right, that covers the Blu-rays. Now, on to the DVDs. But first, a word from our sponsor. Refreshing. Okay. Pick this up. Pick this up at Walmart for $10. This is Mystery Science Theater 3000 presents Zombie Nightmare. And if you know how Mystery Science Theater works, then you know there's no need to explain it. But this is a movie that was made in the 80s, Zombie Nightmare, featuring Adam West and Tia Carrere in her first movie. This was Tia Carrere's movie debut. So, my wife's a big Mystery Science Theater fan, so we picked this up for $10. And then, just last weekend, at the flea market, because she is a Mystery Science Theater fan, she picked up Mystery Science Theater 3000 Collection, featuring 4 movies: Bloodlust, Catalina Caper, The Creeping Terror, and The Skydivers. So these are 4 movies done Mystery Science Theater style. And she also picked up another movie, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I believe that's pronounced EGA. And there's the Mystery Science Theater crew right there. And so this is another one. Look, it comes with the little thing on the inside. Pretty cool. Mystery Science Theater is just, it's a format where these guys, these guys, they sit and they watch the movies and they criticize them. And they make funny jokes. Same thing we do on YouTube. They've been doing this for a long time. Mystery Science Theater 2000, and then there's Mystery Science Theater 3000. So that's another one. And for $5 at a comic book shop on DVD, we picked up Bruce Campbell's My Name is Bruce. It's a funny-ass movie right here. If you haven't seen My Name is Bruce, you should, because this movie is great. It's the end of the world, and all these kids on Bruce Campbell's neighborhood go to him for help because they think he's Ash. And he's like, no, dude, I'm not Ash. That was just a role I played. And they're like, yeah, but you're Ash. You got to save the world. So he winds up having to save the world because these retarded kids on his block think he's Ash. It's great. It's a great movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. And then I picked this up for $5 at Toys R Us. Yeah. Remember I said this was better than Star Trek V? Leonard Part 6. Bill Cosby's movie that he made and then immediately regretted. And now he hates it. Not much to say about that. Then at Big Lots on DVD, we got, for $3, Shock Treatment, which for those of you who may or may not know, this is the sequel to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is the 25th anniversary edition of Shock Treatment. Trust me, I'm a doctor. It was written by Riff Raff. Riff Raff, the guy who played Riff Raff. His name is eluding me at the moment. But the guy who played Riff Raff wrote Rocky Horror. And then he wrote this one. This wasn't as popular as Rocky Horror, but it still has enough of a cult following. And we didn't own it. And then because my daughter's been dying to watch this, I had to find her a copy. $4 used copy of this movie at FYE. Mrs. Doubtfire. Classic Robin Williams film. Robin Williams in drag. It's a good movie. Got some funny bits. My daughter always thinks it's funny when he sets his breasts on fire. And then we got, and then at Walmart for $10, I picked up this movie completely on a whim. But it has Sid Haig and Jeffrey Combs in it. This is Penny Dreadful. This is an anthology. A collection of 3 short stories. That's Penny Dreadful. She lives in a movie theater, and she watches horror movies all day. And so this is like Tales of the Crypt type thing. There's three stories that you can watch. And I really bought it because Sid Haig and Jeffrey Combs are in it. And I love both of those guys. So, Penny Dreadful. I'm looking forward to watching this. Bought it completely on a whim. $10 at Walmart. And then I picked up for $5 at FYE. This is the Christmas Survival Double Feature. Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. It's about time we're going to, this is the beginning of November, so it's about time we're going to have to start watching Christmas horror movies. I mean, why should horror movies be relegated to Halloween? There are Thanksgiving horror movies. There are Christmas-themed horror movies. There are Easter-themed horror movies. So, I want to start getting a collection of Christmas-themed horror movies. So, here's the start. Original unrated version. Christmas Silent Night, Deadly Night 1. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Looking forward to watching that. And then for $2, also at FYE, I bought Black Christmas. This is not the original. This is the remake. 2006. This is a 2006 remake of Black Christmas, unrated version. This movie got horrible reviews. Everyone said it was shitty, but they had it on sale for $2, used at FYE. So, in order to, this is the old-fashioned. Look at this. This is an old-fashioned DVD cases where you gotta unlock them. You gotta unlock them. So, I'm going to start collecting, on my way for my Christmas horror movie collection. I want to get the original of this. There's a couple others I want to get. And then the last two, because I bought something that was in a bin for $2, 2 for $15. I can't remember what it was now. But anyway, at FYE, I picked this up. This is Collector's Edition 2 set of Bram Stoker's Dracula and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Robert De Niro, and Bram Stoker's Dracula with Anthony Hopkins, Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, and Gary Oldman. I've seen this. I've seen Frankenstein. I used to own this movie on VHS, and I really liked it. Robert De Niro plays the monster, so I figured, there they are, for $15, I'd buy it. They actually worked out to be $7 because it was in a bin for 2 for $15, so I had to buy something else. So there they are. And I've never seen this one, but I've watched this a bunch of times, and I like this movie. I imagine I'll like this as well. So I picked that up, and then finally, for $7, I think these were $7. Yeah, this was $7. This is a 4-pack of all the Critters movies. Who doesn't love the Critters movies? Critters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Critters in Space. And I didn't know this, but the Critters 3 is Leonardo DiCaprio's first movie. That's his film debut when he was a kid. I can't believe these movies were PG-13. But I love these movies. I've watched every single one of them. I watched every single one of them over the years, and these are just great movies. So if you like the Critters movies, you can pick this up at your local FYE for $7. They might be more now, but they had it on sale, so this was the steal. This is right up there with my $5 Puppet Master collection that I bought. critters. And that's all I've got. All that talking has just made me thirsty. Lucky I keep a bunch of this around. Quench your thirst. All right. So that's my pickup, my stuff, my update for my DVDs. I don't buy a lot of them. That's why I don't do them, like, you know, regularly. I only do them when I have a big pile like I just have. So until next time, remember, quenches your thirst.